What's going on, guys? It's your boy Thriller here. We're here for the BJDL. We are here for week number 5 of the Ball to Joey Draft League. No, week number 6 of the Ball to Joey Draft League. And guys, this is pretty much it. We have to legit win out to make playoffs. If we lose, if we lose this game, then we have to win out 5 or higher, and then we need other people to lose. So pretty much this is our last chance to make a push for playoffs. We lose, it's pretty much it for our season. And I would really, really like to pick up a win to help, clear the mental drought in my head right now. Because obviously my mental drought has been going a little bad because of the fact that we have just been on a massive lose streak. Like I said, the only win we have this season is because of a forfeit win. And again, some of these players, they're people that we haven't played before, so we don't know how they prep, how they play, and stuff like that. There may have only been like one or two games that maybe we should have won, but the rest have just been very tough matchups. So I'm hoping and I'm praying we can pick up a win after these changes. If you guys did not check out the team changes here, you're gonna see spoilers on screen here. But today is week 6. We take on X0 X-Men. I'm just gonna say it that way, so that way we'll just say we'll take it on Zero. We're taking on Zero this week. I believe is one of the main commissioners slash head mods for the server. I think I could be completely wrong on this. Definitely looking forward to this matchup here against him. But he's using my son against me, and I would not be surprised if he brought it versus me just for intimidation. I don't. I would not. I would not fault him for this. Anyways, if you guys are excited for this week, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the crew today because we're throwing in the crew. And with that, let's break down this matchup. His team is Mega Glade, Metagross, Rotom Wash, Landorus, Jolteon, the best Pokemon that ever existed, a Z Captain in Tornadus Incarnate, a Alolan Mug Gastrodon, and a Z Captain in Oricorio, which has access to every single form in the game. So looking at this matchup, I think the only Pokemon I feel confident that don't show up here is going to be Oricorio and Jolteon. I think those are the only two Pokemon that I feel like wouldn't come. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see him bring Jolteon versus me because of the fact that obviously it's my mascot. And to try to use it and beat me with it would seem like a funny idea to do. Which I wouldn't blame it. I mean, if I had some people's mascots and I actually had a decent matchup and I felt like it could make it work, I would definitely do the same. The wild card mon here is Metagross. Metagross is a wild card here because it's both good and bad into this matchup. It's good because it obviously offers a lot of great utility and can use to be taking advantage of a couple of Pokemon. It can help check some mons on my team relatively with ease. The problem is Metagross gets kind of counteractive with at least four, almost half of my team as well. So it definitely makes Metagross tougher to be brought and used for the matchup. So the way I'm looking at this is that Metagross is a wild card. It could be the mon that replaces the 6 mon on the team. It could be the mon that doesn't replace the 6 mon on the team. It's various. The 5 I feel confident show up here is going to be Mega Gallade. I mean, one of arguably the top 3, if not arguably the best Gen 7 Mega that was brought into the game, being allowed. Like, this is a super strong mon. This was definitely going to be my number 1 pick because this was the mon I won my first proper championship in Draft League with, and I really wanted to try to do the repeat with him again. That didn't happen. I feel Rotom Wash 1000% comes. Even if I'm Mold Breaker Extra, he has to bring it because it's a great physically defensive piece that can also help check things like Gyarados and Darmanitan to an extent as well and still being a really good defensive switch in for a good couple things on my team. I think Landorus obviously has to come as an offensive check. This thing could definitely be something more of a range of a somewhat pseudo bulky or a scarf pivot. This thing could definitely be scarf to outspeed the scarf that I could have with my extra roll if he thinks I'm going to be going a scarf to without sand, which could definitely be a possibility of a set I could be bringing into this matchup. So definitely something he could definitely use to his advantage. And then there's Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck has to come. If he does not bring Alolan Muck, then my Reuniclus straight up beats it. But I have a set that pretty much can beat it in return under the right situation. But otherwise, Alolan Muck is also a great check to things like Ribombee on my draft, which is really annoying for me to deal with. So definitely something to note there. Gastrodon, I think, has to also come because of Raikou. Raikou has a very difficult time being used in this matchup, but Raikou can definitely shine strongly and be a great offensive piece. The problem is with having that double ground core of Lando and Gastro, it makes it tough to bring a hidden power to this matchup. So I've been really creative with our Raikou set this week to totally counteract both Lando and Gastro at the exact same time. And the last one I think comes is Tornadus, and I don't know exactly what Tornadus is going to be doing here. I don't know if it's doing a Tailwind strat, change the weather strat, or it could be something along being a specs user. Which because if you look at my team, really don't switch into flying all that well outside of Raikou and Drill. So definitely could be something to note there. But that's the team I expect him to bring. Let's go over the team that we are bringing this week into the matchup. We're starting off here with Scarf X Exploud here this week, which offensively, there is no ghost type that stops this Mon from just absolutely steamrolling here. This is meant to be a breaker and a potential win con if need be. It is faster than everything on his entire side of the team, which is really, really good to note here. The only thing that doesn't outspeed is Scarf Lando, or if it's potentially Scarf Torn. Otherwise, this should outspeed pretty much every single Pokemon, unless, again, he brings Jolteon with, like, max speed. But overall, this thing is meant to break. This thing is meant to do damage and do a lot of hard hitting offense. Up next is the debut of our Mega Gyarados here, Tsunami. New and improved, rocking out with the Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Waterfall, and Crunch. Pretty much standard Gyarados here. We're running pretty much enough to outspeed the Torn and below. We don't. We This should always outspeed Jolteon as well, unless he's going again pretty much near max speed with his Jolteon and with a timid nature. Modest we could maybe outspeed, but timid would be really think. But I think he would go modest because it makes so much sense here, unless he's fearing Rabombi. But also, we're pretty much bringing all four, if not all five, of our new members this week, which is really, really exciting. By the way, we're pretty much bringing our new stuff, which is great. Wasn't actually planning to do that; it just happened to work out that way. But we're running max attack with Adam and Nature. The rest going to your defense to be able to take some hits here from some of the other defensive pieces that he has, such as Lando. We have naturally good speed up, so I didn't think I really needed to invest too much there. But with Mold Breaker, Earthquake, we can be beat Rotom, Analyze, Waterfall plus Crunch can pretty much be just a handful of everything else my opponent has. With Waterfall, we don't have to worry about the Storm Drain from Gastro, which is insanely good for this matchup. We do have Crunch just to have a stab option. I didn't really know what I really wanted else to have. But overall, this Molly can do insanely good damage here, and I think it's going to do very good for us here. Making his debut is also Revival Jam, the Uniclus here, and we're actually running a really unique Reuniclus this week. We're running Iron Defense, Recover, Hidden Power, Ground, and Psychic. 136 HP, max defense, bold nature, forward special attack, and 116 speed def. This thing is strictly designed to hopefully get an iron defense off, and then if Muck wants to try to be an AV pivot to beat this thing 1v1, I legit beat this 1v1. Because if it's not AV, it can't pain split. I don't even know if it learns pain split. Obviously, Rotom could be an annoying pain split mon to deal with this thing as well, but I can beat Rotom 1v1 with recovers and then just Psychic Spam. This mon is insanely powerful. I get the +6 defense. There is nothing he can do to stop it. And obviously, with Magic Guard, he cannot be able to burn me with chip damage and he can't toxic me with chip damage. So this mon can literally just stay in the field and be annoying. Obviously, Taunt's really annoying for this type of a matchup if he does bring that. So I gotta be careful about that. But otherwise, Reuniclus here can just really shine in the matchup here making his debut as well as Leg Hold. Now, this is a very risky Leg Hold set because this is a very specific set that could work in a lot of different ways, but also could backfire in a lot of different ways. We are running Bulk Up. We're not Curse. We're Bulk Up here. Now, the specific reason why I'm Bulk Up here is because I expect him to make this a Lando pivot every single time for several reasons. The main reason being is that, for one, intimidate to proc it. Now, he might be a little concerned about potential, white herb on this, and he might not make this the immediate pivot, but he always has to make this the pivot with Lando every single time to be able to shut down any potential choice band hits and threaten me out potentially as well. But overall, with this set, we are pretty much built to be faster than every single Pokemon outside of it, including a Choice Scarf Lando, which is really, really great. And then Close Combat plus Stone Age hits all around. We are Facade just in case we do get burned, because again, there is no normal spam. If I can get burned before that Lando comes in, and I can get my Whiter off, Facade spam pretty much could win me the game if I get at least one or two bulk ups up here. Up next is Tinkerbell making her debut as well with the choice specs this week. Didn't want to go Quiver this week. I was looking at the matchup and I was just thinking to myself, like, why not just go specs? I can just hit so much harder Now, obviously, the risk is, of course, if we do run into that Metagross, but Bug Buzz is neutral, so he can be able to blow past it. Unless it's a super defensive Metagross, we two-shot it with Bug Buzz no matter what, which is really great. We have Trick there to get rid of our choice specs and for something else, and we do have Quiver Dance just in case I either get knocked off or I get the Trick off, and I can be able to Quiver up and then just start spamming attacks, which I think is really, really good for us here. And last but not least, is the heat we're bringing here. We're bringing Saber the Raikou, and this is a very risky set because this pretty much means I have to just stall in front of two Mons, but I should, in theory, be able to beat most of the team or weaken the team down. Saber's job here is to be annoying and just to get damage off. We are sub Magnet Rise Toxic and Thunderbolt. With sub and Magnet Rise, I should be able to always beat Gastro, and I should, in theory, be able to beat a Scarf Lando every single time, which is really good. And pretty much always get a Toxic off on one of them, or not be able to get it both of them, or just start spreading it around a lot, which is really good. And then Thunderbolt, just a main form of stab. We are running speed this week, and I did decide to take a risk here and go with max special attack instead of going very bulky. Might bite me in the butt here, not going very bulky on this set, but I went bulky just because I want to be able to still offensively check some things and still pressure them offensively. And of course, with having my pressure ability to get rid of some of that PP usage on his opposing side, it would be really good here. But I'm going to go ahead and get connected with Zero here, and I'll see you guys for the matchup. Alright, we are here for the battle. Good luck and have fun to Zero here. He pretty much brings exactly what he expected, except there's... Wow! There's no Rotom Wash. Wow, there is no Rotom Wash here. Which really surprises me that there is no Rotom Wash here. Really surprises me that there's no Rotom Wash here. Very interested to know why he didn't want to bring Rotom here. But now now pretty much... Okay, so this set now kind of gets useless a little bit now, which is a little unfortunate here. This pretty much is looking insanely good. This is now, actually, pretty much my Tsunami wins the game now. Like, if I get Tsunami to get at least one or two, things going here, it looks like it's primed to win the game here. So if I had to take a guess on what he's going to potentially lead off here, I think he's going to expect me to potentially lead off with either Romeo Bombi or with my... I could see him potentially thinking I'm going to lead off with either my Rabombi or lead off with my Gyarados here. I think I'm going to lead off with my Gyarados here, just because I want to see what he wants to lead off here with. He might lead off with this, so he's going to actually lead off with the Landorus. So let's see here. Appreciate Zero telling me that. I didn't remember if this was or not. So what I think I'm gonna do here is now this up. So now he knows I'm probably not going to Mega here. Which honestly I shouldn't Mega here. I shouldn't Mega here because there's no reason not to just Mega right here. I think I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Dance here though. There's no reason not to just D-Dance right here and right now. So he's gonna U-turn here. So he did expect me to do that. I want to see if that is Scarf damage. Or if that is... So, Scarf, let's look. I didn't import my stuff. Okay, thank you for everyone that is clarifying that for me, though. Thank you. I did not remember if we were supposed to or not. That's why I double-checked. So, thank you to everyone that was answering that, though. Okay. Definitely feel good about my play there now. Okay, so... Gyarados, base form, that U-turn should only do 8 to 10% at -1. It should do 6 to 7. So it should do 6 to 7%. That did 8% to me. Well, that's not max attack. Is that potentially adamant? That is looking like that is a roll of adamant here. Okay, so this Gastro, based on the fact that he went hard into this, tells me this has Toxic or Rocky Helmet here. I think what I'm going to do here, though, I'm going to just go right into my Revival Gem here. I'm not going to let him just Toxic this for free or Yawn. Ooh. Yawn. That is very good prep from Zero. Very, very, very good prep from Zero right there. That was amazing prep right there. Yawn. Did not see that coming. Did not see that coming. Okay, so that's actually really annoying. Not gonna lie. So he's not gonna Earthquake here. He probably doubles out. If I had to take a guess here, but what's he double out into, though? Very good play from Zero, though. Definitely was not expecting me on here. I don't think he's going to go for any ground type move. There'd be no reason to do that. I'm going to actually make the hard pivot into Saver. Yep, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and get the sub up here. So this Muck is most likely... I really am going to probably regret not going for this. So he's going for the knockoff. He does break my sub. So is this... So does that standard... Like, no attack Muck able to break my sub? Oh, it's always able to break my sub. Damn, that is very unfortunate for us there. Okay. Excuse me. We are in a very interesting situation now. Yeah, I should have made this bulky. Really should have made this bulky. Really should have made this bulky. Okay, I need to think about this play here. Because he's obviously Poison Touch. I'm going to make the risky play here. This is a very risky play. Knockoff. Doesn't get the Poison Touch here. We're going for the Dragon Dance here. He has to save his Muck. There's no reason to just waste your Muck right here. I can actually scout that damage now on my Gyarados here. -1. Knockoff does 12 to 14. That actually did a lot of damage to us, actually. So that tells me... that could possibly be a max offensive Muck. Hold on, let me refresh. Let me refresh Showdown, just to be safe. Because there's a chance that sometimes Showdown does this, where it glitches its damage calcs. So at -1, that should be doing 15. Yeah, see what I mean? Look at this now. Look at this Muck versus this Gyarados spread now. So yeah, that's definitely no attack Muck. So that's good information to know, which means no attack Muck to my Raikou. Yeah, if I made this Raikou Bolt, if I had if I had ran like max HP on this thing, it would have been a roll. If I ran like max defense, then it's a roll to break the sub. Okay, so that definitely was a bad play on my end there. I'm just gonna D-Dance here. He's got a Toxic, which is a little unfortunate here. But he does not have a water resistance here, so I'm just gonna go straight for the Waterfall here. Or is it worth going Earthquake now? Gyarados, if I Mega, +1. I'm doing 72 to 85, and that's really good damage for B, so I can just be able to pretty much go between spamming my moves here. The thing is, right, he has to assume what I'm going to do here. I think he's going to make the Lando pivot, potentially. I'm going to risk it and go for the Waterfall. Yep, he does make the Lando pivot like I expected him to do. This should kill Lando. This should kill Lando. Wow, that's a very bulky Lando. Okay, he's Rocky Helmet. That is good information to know. I'm just going to Waterfall here again. So he is Rocky Helmet Lando, which is good for us. Knowing that it is Rocky Helmet. Okay, he's gonna go to this, expecting this to be a thing here. So he's leftovers Gastro. That is good information to know that he is leftovers. And the fact that he went right into this definitely tells me this is Storm Drain. Okay. So this Gastro. So let's see. I think I live another round of Toxic. But I think I value my damage here. I think I value my damage here. I'm gonna actually go for the waterfall here. We're hopefully get a flinch here. Do I live another round? If I do live another round, that was okay. I don't live another round, so that was definitely good on us that we didn't make the misplay there. So right here, what do I want to do? I think right here. I think right here I'm going to go into Saber. I'm going to sub here. Or is the play Magnet Rising now? No, I'm going to sub. Sub's a fair play because it works a lot for what I want to do here. Definitely not the debut for Mega Gyarados that I wanted. I definitely got the play right, though. Was not expecting Rocky Helmet. I was definitely expecting if, like, there was, like, two sets of, Landos I was expecting here. A very much so defensive Lando here. So he is going to Earth Power us here. I'm going to go for the Magnet Rise now this time. I wish I had Magnet Rise last time. Because that meant I could have gotten an extra round of leftovers damage there. So we're pretty much seeing his whole moveset here, which is very interesting here. So he is Yawn, Recover, or an Earth Howl. So that means his last move is either Water Coverage, Ice Coverage, or it's potentially Toxic. Okay, now we sub here. We did basically risk 25% of our health for this. Okay. So that's good information now. So now he's forced here. Actually, wait. No, I think the sub play is still the play here. Or is it clicking top? No, he goes Muck here every single time. He should be going Muck here every single time. Do I want to risk Gastro, though? Gastro, what the hell? Reuniclus. Do I want to be risking my Reuniclus here? Because I'm running no speed, but if he runs pretty much no speed as well, he's outspeeding me. And even if I get my +2 off, I'm not doing that much. So either he's gonna go for the Yawn here, or he's gonna swap here. I think sub is the safe play. Yep, he's gonna do this. So what I think I'm gonna do here now is I'm just gonna do T-Bolt spam here. Because if I can get a para on this thing, okay, that did a lot of damage. Okay, so 37%. That actually did a lot more damage to him than I actually expected. So he is not... So he is potentially not AV. Yeah, he's definitely not AV, if that is a set. Okay, to do... Actually, he's... So, to be... I don't think he's AV at all. So that means he does 42 to 90. I pretty much clear another hit here. I clear another hit here, and I see how much I did there. I actually think it's value going for another T-Bolt here. That's perfect for us. No poison touch. So now it's a very interesting 50-50. Unless he has Sneak. If he has Sneak, that's different. Oh, I'm so stupid. I saw Toxic, so why am I assuming? So now this basically comes down to this. Well, if he has Shadow Sneak, let's just look at if he has Shadow Sneak. I don't remember if Alolan Muck got Shadow Sneak at this gen. It does kill. So the question now comes, does he sack this? I'm gonna make a very ballsy play right here. Because I feel if he sacks this, he could lose to Reuniclus. And I don't think... If he has Sneak, he'll reveal it. If he has Sneak, he'll reveal it and he'll kill. So it's either I go for the Thunderbolt, which should kill this thing. He knows it kills. Or I go for Toxic, predicting the Gastro or the Lando to come in right now. Because he's not going to allow something in for free to take a Thunderbolt. I'll make a very risky play. And he made the play I didn't think he was going to do. Yeah, he made the play I didn't expect him to make right there. It was a 50-50. Like, it's a 50-50 on that play, man. It's always a 50-50 there. Like, 50% of the time he stays in to click knockoff and kill me. 50% of the time... Well, also Shadow Sneak there. And then the 50% of the time he goes into this. I guess he felt like he can handle stuff without Muck. I guess, maybe. I don't know. But now I have to go Hitmonlee here. I have to click Bulk up here. Now, there's 2 plays he makes right here now, which is interesting. He can go for the Lando pivot, which if he does do that, pretty much means I can win the game right now. Because that Lando's weakened. That Lando's hella weakened. Which is good for us. And he's going to make the Lando pivot like we wanted him to. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Because now what we can do here is we can pick up the KO here. So either he's now forced to sack this Lando to me to bring in something here, or I take the risk here and just go for a bulk up here again. Because there's nothing that really stops me from just clicking bulk up here again. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to click bulk up here again. He could just Earthquake try to sack me up. He's Explosion. I'm so glad I did that now. I am so glad I did that now. I am so glad I did that. Because if I did not go for that bulk up there, I think I probably would have lost my land. I would have lost it. Because based on that damage, it looks like he was adamant. So, it was based on that adamant on the U-turn damage, potentially. So, if he was adamant... With my Hitmonlee at +1 defense, with Explosion. Explosion. Let's just look at it. Yup, that would have killed. That would have killed. That would have killed me. That would have killed me. Oh wait, that's without the damage. So that would have done 75. He got very low. So basically if it's no attack but it's adamant. That definitely killed me. That pretty much I think killed me. Unless he got the lowest roll again there. So me going for that second bulk up actually was big brain. Was massive brain level play right there. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Rabombi. Rabombi hella looking good here now. Now the problem comes down to this is Gastro. I have to kill Gastro. If this Gastrodon is specially defensive, I'm +2, I do kill. If this Gastrodon is fully physically defensive, I have to get a roll to knock it out. I have to get max roll. I have to get max roll. Of course I don't get it. Of course I don't. Of course I don't get the roll. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. This is not worst case scenario. This is not worst case scenario. Because now what's going to happen here is that I'm faster with my Reuniclus. Because that definitely proved that he was fully fizzed up right there. To do 87, which was the lowest roll possible. Now, granted, at 99%, he pretty much was living that hit. Like, again, it was a 25% chance, so 3 to 1 odds. 3 to 1 odds is that he always lives the hit, with a 1 odd I could have. If I got that roll, though, that was probably near endgame, but I would have forced him to make another sack for something else here. So what I think I have to do here is I have to take a gamble here. Because Reuniclus Psychic can do 24 to 29. I'm pretty I actually don't outspeed unless he's great. Unless he's relaxed. Which, actually, hold on. It doesn't matter. He's still faster. He's still faster. It won't matter. Okay, we go Rabombi here and we click Bug Buzz. So here's how we're going to have to win this game. We're going to have to win this game with a combination. We're going to go for Bug Buzz here. His Lola Muck is hella weakened, which is really good. Ugh, that really sucks, man. That really sucks for us. But now with Gastro out of the way, I can have now an endgame with Reuniclus. Reuniclus can win me this game. I have to play very smart here. I could still also win with Tinkerbell. In comes this guy. I go this guy right here. Because he's just gonna click he's just gonna click the fly move. He's just gonna click the fly move. There's no other reason like that. He's clicking the Z move. I forgot this was his Z captain here. Okay, so he's Z Rain Dance. That's fine with me. What is in my best interest here to try to kill this thing? Tornadus. Boomburst gives me my best odds. Hurricane definitely does guarantee land here, which is the big problem here. So I have two choices here. I can try to go for... I think Boomburst is just my safer play. He's gonna Focus Blast! Oh, he missed! I'm so sorry, dude. Does Focus Blast guarantee kill me here? That's the question, actually. Focus Blast. It's a roll. It's a roll here. It's a roll. It's a roll in his favor, but does he go for it again? I have to risk this. And he does get the roll, which is very unfortunate for us. Okay, now I have to really, really think this play here. So if I go Rabombi here, I'm dead. That's 100% guaranteed. If I go Reuniclus here, I basically would have to recover spam. And just pray I don't get confused. Because he has 2 turns of rain left. Yes, this is my play here. I have to recover here. If this is taunt, we could lose here. Oh, we got the confusion. Okay, get that off. I have to risk it and go for another recover here. We get this off, which is huge. Okay. I'm going to take a very ballsy play here. He could Rain Dance here again. He could Rain Dance here again. I'm going to take a very risky play in Iron Defense here. This is so unbelievably risky. This is a very risky play. I need him to miss. And he doesn't. Yep, that's game, man. Yep. Yeah, and he doesn't, and he just doesn't miss. You know, that's just... Misses one focus blast, but can't miss any hurricanes. That's just that's just I mean, you can argue instead if I was Calm Mind, that would be a different story, right? Obviously, if I was Calm Mind, I would have been able to 1v1 the Tornadoes, and I could have done this. I actually think him not clicking Rain Dance was actually almost like, I mean, it was a smarter play, right? It was a smarter play. Just going for the offense there. But I think if he actually went for Rain Dance, it would have been smarter for him because that way we guaranteed those hurricanes, and then basically was going to be forcing out this thing here and there. I basically had a chance to win though if he got one miss, and of course he doesn't get a single miss when it matters. I mean I won't lie, I definitely got bailed by not getting him in confusion like at all, which is really great for us. But that's just that's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes. It's I mean I don't know, man. It's just tough. It's tough. It's just tough. Our season's now 100% over. There's nothing we can do. Um, yeah, our season's 100% over. I didn't even think of him being Z Rain Dance on that. That's just good brain. That's just good brain. The yawn tech though, the yawn from Gasha was massive. We definitely got a little unlucky. Obviously, not getting any flinch off a waterfall, not getting not getting that Thunderbolt kill when we probably should have went for the Thunderbolt. Again, I will stand by that that was a 50-50 play with the little unlock with the Thunderbolt. Like, that was 1000% a 50-50 play here. I think in the long run, the smarter play would have been this, but in the same point of context, if you look at it through Zero's mind, it's also again a 50-50 from him. He's either willing to, excuse me, sorry, sack off this muck and basically have him now lose to Reuniclus essentially, which I mean he doesn't know if he loses to Reuniclus with the set I have, obviously. But he loses to Reuniclus potentially, and then loses to other combination pieces that I have. But at the same time, again, you can't predict that. And also, if we got that damage roll on Gastro and got killed from full, we were basically looking good. It would have came down to Stone Edge though. If he went this instead of what's his name, instead of like any of his priority users, like if it was -1 defense, I think he would have tried to gone into Metagross to bullet punch me to revenge me and kill me potentially. And then if that was the case, because that would have been the best case scenario for him in that sense, but that would have been the best case for me because I would have been able to Iron Defense on this guy, and then at point against Muck, I can Iron Defense again, recover in front of Muck, and then I can just be able to just spam off my attacks. And in theory, I should just win the game with Uniclus at that point. But we just never got that position right. Also, not going bulky on the Raikou really kind of cost us there. Because if I went more defensive, I would have been able to eat the hits from the knockoff. But based on how much he was doing a knockoff, it looked like it was almost like an offensive luck than anything. Or it was just Spadef with no AV potentially. But or like some Spadef or some HP, whatever it was. But it is what it is, man. It's GG's to zero though, obviously. This was like a matchup that could have gone either way for me here. But yeah, man, we just keep not showing a good showing here, man. Um, I'm still proud of some of the plays we made there. I definitely think we made it was just, again, we just made a wrong 50-50 against the Muck, and we just didn't get damage rolls, and we just didn't get lucky. That's just how it is, and we keep going down as a loser. So definitely tough, but we're gonna have to just try our best to bounce back and at least try to finish strong. Because now, pretty much with a 4-0 loss, if we want any chance to make playoffs, we now have to win out, and we pretty much have to win 6-0. That's because there's only 3 weeks left of the season with 7, 8, and 9. I would need at least three 6-0s in a row from me and for some people to lose, which I know me. I can never really pull off the 6-0s. It's very rare that I pull them off. So I just probably am going to just say our season's most likely over. We're 1-5. There's no shot. But we're gonna at least finish the season. We're gonna give the last three opponents a good match, hopefully, and just do our best. Just try our best. Sorry if the videos were going on a little longer, and just if you don't really get off your chest some of the things you're upset about and just need to go over with, you don't really feel better at the end of the day from it. So I think doing the lone talk is really good here. But I'll go ahead and wrap it up so you guys don't keep hearing this. But thank you all for watching the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Like I said, GG's to Zero. He definitely played a really good game. Really good gastro tech. Really good gastro tech. And that was actually kind of a fire explosion bring on the Lando. Um, Really cool idea there for that set. I thought that was a U-turn coming our way. If that U-turn came, I think they also would have positioned us very greatly. But that explosion was huge, very huge explosion play, which I was not expecting. I was not expecting explosion. But yeah, Jesus is Zero, and I will see you guys for whoever we face next week. All because our season's ending doesn't mean we're gonna still try and have a fun time. Hopefully, you guys will stick around for the last 3 weeks. And yeah, but until next time, guys, I've been Thriller. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.